Hello, Idaho. Welcome to this week's update from the Idaho Farm Bureau Federation with this Capital Minute, where we bring you the latest from the state legislature and its impact on agriculture. And in the next 3 minutes, we'll dive into key legislative issues affecting Idaho's agricultural community. Welcome to Capital Minute. I'm Dexton Lake, and the work continues here at the State House. First, Senate Bill 1016 was introduced to increase brand fees, as well as create a cap on the per-head brand inspection. Right now, and for the foreseeable future, the per-head inspection will stay at $1.25, but Senate Bill 1016 authorizes the brand board to increase that fee up to 10 cents per year, with a cap at $1.50 per year. You can find all the fee changes in the full Capital Reflections newsletter. Importantly, all the fee increases have been vetted through livestock producers and livestock associations, including our Beef Committee, State and Public Lands Committee, and Dairy Committee. IFBF supports Senate Bill 1016. This week, new legislation was introduced to strengthen Idaho's Right to Farm Act. The law currently protects law-abiding agricultural operations from nuisance claims. However, it lacks strong defenses against meritless lawsuits and complaints. Senate Bill 1033 addresses that by reimbursing attorney's fees to agricultural operators who successfully defend against nuisance lawsuits, as well as imposing fines and penalties on individuals who file multiple baseless complaints with state or local agencies. It is critical that as Idaho's population expands, producers can continue to do their jobs without undue legal challenges. Because of this, IFBF strongly supports Senate Bill 1033. This week, Idaho Fish and Game provided the House Resources and Conservation Committee with updates on chronic wasting disease and wolf management. CWD remains a concern in Idaho as it is difficult to prevent and destroy. Thankfully, the CDC reports it does not naturally infect livestock. Fish and Game also reported a declining wolf population, with projections to reach the population goal of 500 wolves around 2028. However, a federal injunction on trapping outside of grizzly bear denning periods have slowed wolf mortality, which could delay the timeline. Wolf depredation investigations graded confirmed or probable have also decreased from over 200 in 2018 to fewer than 50 in 2023. The Idaho Farm Bureau Federation supports Senate Bill 1012 and Senate Bill 1013, which addresses these issues and were talked about in length in last week's newsletter. And finally, the Idaho Farm Bureau Federation was incredibly well represented in Texas during the American Farm Bureau Federation Convention. We are extremely proud of our competitors, Camus and Miguel Villafana, Denton Perkins, and Paige Nelson. We also were excited to have several Idaho Farm Bureau resolutions passed at the House of Delegates. You can read more on the success of the competitors, what resolutions were approved, and more on what IFBF is working on in the State House by reading the full newsletter. That's a wrap for this week's legislative update. You can learn more about the issues IFBF is engaged in by subscribing to the Capital Reflections newsletter at idahofb.org. Remember, staying informed and engaged is key to advocating for Idaho agriculture. You've tuned in to Capital Minute with the Idaho Farm Bureau Federation, the voice of Idaho agriculture.